2 from the second row. I'm Brenda Rozzi.
I'm Rich Russell, and I have a little poem for you. You know, remember laughing? The guy used to say, I have a poem. As we start, show number 4, we are lucky we haven't been shown the door. Not by LCAT, by others. But we're here, we're alive and kicking.
And we have the new city council agenda to go over.
Yay! For whatever it's worth.
And the good news is there were no public hearings.
Well, that could be the bad news, too.
That could be the bad news, too, but there's no public hearings.
We got issues there that probably should be discussed, but they go 22, 21, 22, 22, and 24. Well, 24, that one will get around eventually. We got nothing. The good news is we got nothing from the mayor, city official, or the city attorney.
That's right.
None.
Right now, but that could all change tomorrow. We don't know how that goes. But now we have budget and finance.
Do you want to guess where 150 solar panels are going to go on City Hall?
Where the eagle is?
Will they make the multicolored lights brighter?
Maybe we won't have to pay as much for the multicolored lights.
Oh, and we have we also have 600 solar panels going to the amazingly enough, the Arlington School. I mean, why not another school? Why not South Lawrence East or the Frost?
This is true, but I wonder, are they going to put solar panels on the 2 new schools that are being built?
Duh. Come on. Maybe the police station?
That would be
if that ever gets built.
Well, we're now a month into when it's supposed
Should
to
have been
start.
started, yes. But again, they broke ground,
October? Oh, no.
14 months ago, last March. A year ago, March.
Yeah, where are we?
Because no, let's see, wait a minute.
No, had to be
No,
sure.
I was not. No, it was before then because I was not a city councilor then.
Right, yeah.
Because I was taking pictures.
Right.
No, we got, another contract. Part B of Part A. Part B. Solar PPA and lease contract with Select Electric for any other properties. Ooh, that could...
So...
Did we just give somebody a blank check?
I think we did. Well, it depends what are the other properties. And where...
That's what I mean.
And where... Are we going to just say, oh, yeah, this one over here wants it, so we're going to let him have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't think that's going to go. And the NET metering agreement?
That's where the city's going to join in. We're getting cheap electricity if you want it. Or you can stick with whoever you have now for electric. In your case, you got solar panels?
Well, yes. Well, they're not on yet, but we will have them.
And I'm with
National Grid?
Nat Grid.
Yeah.
National Grid. So, I mean, if I wanted, we won't get into that, but you can change. You can go with it could be cheaper.
Yeah.
Operative word, could be.
It could be, yeah.
Operative words, I'm sorry.
Yep.
But so that one's that one.
Yeah. Then this is the next one. Acceptance of street layout plan for Amesbury and Lawrence Street area for Amesbury Street, 2-way redevelopment project. I've been in the city, it's going to be 74 years. I don't ever remember Amesbury Street being 2 ways. That's number one. I can't even imagine Amesbury Street being 2 ways.
I can't either.
First of all, there's only 3 lanes of traffic right now. So are they going to widen the street and just make 2 lanes of traffic? How are they going to do that? What are they going to do? You have the coming from Lawrence Street, you have St. Anthony's Church. Mm-hmm. You have the old high school. You have Breen's. Then going down, you have DeFrush's office, Salvation Army. Mm-hmm. You have the 2 doctors' offices.
Yep.
And then the bus terminal is going to be gone. Yeah. But you have Northern Essex. I just don't understand how that's going to work out.
I don't know. And as somebody who worked in civil engineering field, I don't see how it can be done.
And they can put meters there because if you want to park.
Oh. If they put meters there,
you can't
that implies parking. That means nobody's going to park there, which means the street will be wide open for speeders. But again.
But like I said, I never remember it being 2 ways. It's always been a 1-way street.
Yeah.
I just don't know how that's going to play out. But then again, whatever.
Greater mind, let's see, again, I can't be too critical. Dan has his act together.
Yes, Dan McCarthy, yes.
Yes,
he
I
does.
can't-
Now,
I
and thank goodness has his finger on a lot of properties, because some of the stuff, you just shake your head going, oh God, now what?
No, I shake my head and say, oh, why?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to go into a nice fun place, ordinance. I think I've traveled down this one, Washington Street. No parking anytime on the
No,
east
it's
side.
Washington Street.
I think Washington Street is the street that is directly behind where AutoZone.
Oh,
Okay, it's that street there.
Okay.
It is a narrow street.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I can see the rationale
Yeah.
for it. Ooh, here's a good one.
Hillside Ave, one way from Havel Street to Yale Street.
Let's see, we got one, we got two, we got three. We got three councilors, a mayor, and a DPW director. What? No two, the two assistant DPW commissioners didn't sign on to it?
But I heard from a very reliable source who lives on Hillside Ave that it should stay two ways, because there is a disabled person who lives on Hillside Ave, the lower end of Hillside Ave, who takes an ambulance every single day to get someplace. What is that going to do to, him, the ambulance, picking him up and things like that? If anything, do the next street over, which is what Ames Street, I mean, Dartmouth is a huge street. Dartmouth is real huge. Leave Hillside as it is and make the other one in one way, because the other one is by the reservoir.
The one good thing about it, they are going to be ordering a public hearing.
Right.
Yes.
So hopefully people in the area will come and speak.
And run their mouth
Right.
about what a great idea it isn't.
Right, exactly.
Now here's one I got no issue with at all.
No,
Request
I think it's
voting
definitely,
ID.
Yep.
I have gone in. I have given the poll worker my driver's license. This was 10 years ago, and she says, I can't ask you for your ID. I says, you didn't. I offered it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not ashamed to admit who I am
Right.
or what I am.
Right. And I think that it should be.
Yeah.
With everything going on and people talking about voter fraud and mail-in ballots and all that sort of stuff, I honestly think, A, there should be no mail-in ballots.
Mm-hmm.
2, there should be voter ID.
Well, I got
Yeah.
I got my invitation to participate in mail fraud
Yeah.
in the mail Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I understand there are some people who can't get out and they have to mail it.
I got no issue with that.
That's not a problem. The handicapped, the elderly, I don't have a problem. But the ones who just want to just do it.
I do have some sort of issues in the way that the handicapped and the elderly's voting things are handled.
Yes.
I mean, I am not overjoyed with people going
Going
political work is going around, and so we'll take care of this for you.
Right. Yeah, I don't like that.
Not
No,
overjoyed
no,
with that.
No.
As it was last week or so, last week, I got the voting list up through July 8th, and there's somewhere over 47,000 names on it. Okay, I started going through it and looking for people that had double registered. Due to the vagaries of marriages and everything, people hyphenate their names.
Yep.
And they think they have to re-register again. So they get a new number, which is sequentially one number bigger than their voter ID number. I'm going through it. I don't even want to think how many. I'm only up through A2 right now. Yeah, and I am, and a lot of these vote names are inactive. So if you knock out the inactive voters, the older of the two, duplicate names, you're still going to have somewhere around 45,000 voters.
Yeah,
And, to say we got 47,000 voters, no, we don't. But again, I
And
know
then again, how many really go out to vote?
Yeah.
What's been the highest number that you've heard?
I looked. The presidential primary in March was a 25% turnout, and that was probably about 11 or 12,000 voters. You know, I mean, voting in Lawrence is voting in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is for the birds. I mean, if people complain about various parties having control of the state, but if you look at the voting numbers, the voter registration numbers, there are more unregistered voters in Massachusetts than there are Democrats or Republicans.
Right.
You know, and people say, well, we can't do anything. We're a democratic state. Oh, well, this person isn't going to be beaten because, well, if people get out and vote, it can be done.
Right, and it's sad because people don't vote, but yet they're the first ones to criticize.
Yeah.
And that's what really angers me the most.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
If you want to make a difference, get out and cast your ballot.
My philosophy is people start complaining to me, did you vote? Well, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, I will look into it, but you know, I mean, I do a lot of things people don't know about.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll stick my nose into stuff. And if you voted and you have a legitimate complaint or something like, you're going to go up to the top of the list. But if you didn't vote. Oh, well, I'll see what I can do.
Well, I saw someone yesterday, we were talking, and I said, are you registered to vote? And she said, my husband is. I said, oh, fine, whatever. Okay. You know, as long as one of you get out and get out and vote. And that's all we ask, is to get out and vote.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, if people get out and vote, they could make a serious change in the entire political scene
Right, exactly.
of this area, of Massachusetts, and
The country.
I don't know so much the country. Well, some
yeah.
areas of the country.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not up on the voting statistics for places like New York or California or anything like that, but it is what it is. Okay.
Loading zone for heritage.
Well, before we leave,
What?
I have to go back, and I'm amazed at the two people that put that on the agenda.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? People have been saying they want it for so long.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe this is their way of shooting it down. Put it on the thing and vote it down.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Loading zone heritage packaging. I know what that is. That's right. That's on where Half News gas station is on Parker Street. Heritage packaging is right next to the thing across the street.
Okay.
So it's right there. Here's one. Data Day program, August 24th, from 1 to 5, Campanion Common. They had that last year.
Yeah.
I know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minds with a Purpose, August 11th, O'Connell Park, South Common. Yeah. Again, I make this statement, blanket statement, because I see it too many times. People get permission to use city property, and part of their permit, and I know because I've seen the permits, part of their permit say no privately owned vehicles on the common, or the South Common, or the park.
Right.
And, I didn't know that. Saturday I went by Campion Common. There was something going on at the bandstand, and there must have been 20 cars parked right around the bandstand. Duh.
Where was the police?
It is what it is. Let's see, what else we got?
Feast of the Three Saints, yay!
Yes. Okay.
City parking lot on Common Street. Okay. And then, because they're going to use that for, I guess, entertainment too.
Proposed new ordinance for manager of financial and administrative services.
Must have something
And
to
this
do
was
with
put
DPW.
on by the DPW director.
So it must have something to do with that.
Another $125,000 job? Well. We can only guess.
Yeah. And then One Way Hillside, this is being withdrawn because it's a duplicate to the other one.
I won't.
One says Hillside Street, one says Hillside Ave. Take your pick. Which one do you want? I
Yeah.
think it's Hillside Ave.
But
Yeah.
a councilor that endorsed the Hillside Avenue was the one that put on the Hillside Street,
Right.
and they're withdrawing it. Duplicative of document 101/23.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This one we just talked about, the net metering agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Whatever. Now, old business.
okay, no personnel, that's a shame.
Yeah,
No
no-
public safety.
And no committee of the whole. I think there's a committee of the whole meeting scheduled for the end of the month, though.
I think there is.
But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Old business.
We never really did figure out what was happening with this.
No.
Resolution amending and rescinding. Now, wait a minute. Amend means change, rescind means stop.
Right.
So you're changing and stopping at the same time.
Right.
That's kind of like on the radio, Roger Wilco over and out. Everything doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Reimbursement requirements.
Yeah. Well, again,
Yeah,
I won't go
yeah,
anything beyond that.
And table matters, we have them going all the way back to 2014. But this is an open thing with Mark LaPlante anyway. When he used to do the veterans
Yeah.
recognition, whatever.
Okay, let's see. Anything interesting on the, let's see. Yeah, here's one that should be brought up again. 3924,
Oh,
bottom part of page 3. Community concerns about the parking meters.
yeah.
Oh, I got a few concerns. How come they don't have safety flashing lights on the roof of their vehicles as their contract calls for? Duh.
I have concerns why they decided to put them in South Lawrence, considering the fact, let's say, the merchants in South Lawrence in 2018 went through the gas crisis. Then they went through COVID, and now you're saying, oh, if you want to go, you have to park. Well, really?
Yeah.
I don't get. And then they put parking meters in front of church
A funeral home.
and a funeral home. What is the rationale? And in the first time there was a funeral in front at the church, and they ticketed the hearse.
Do these guys get a kickback on all the tickets they write?
I don't know. When I ever heard that, I'm like, are you kidding me? How could you? It's a funeral. Do you not know?
Well, we can get back to the parking meters on the second item into the new business.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have any issues with them naming South Lawrence East Athletic Fields David Ortiz Athletic Complex? No.
I wonder if he'll come in when they named it.
No. Well, we'll see.
Or I haven't even read. I wonder if they will announce it so people will know, so people can go to it. Because the lack of communication.
That's another.
Because we don't communicate. Because the communication.
That's another issue.
Yeah.
Uh,
We don't hear.
we hear nothing.
No.
I mean, there are other issues with communication too, but what can we say? Okay.
15-minute parking, 152 Broadway for
Okay.
Mendes Flowers.
This is for the flower shop right
right.
there in the corner of Lowell.
Yeah, right across
where you
from-
get the
yeah.
balloons for Lee's thing.
Well, where we used
Well,
to get
used
the
to,
balloons.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
across from Walgreens. But what happens if there's a parking meter? And I believe there are parking meters
I think
there.
they
Yeah.
are.
So then, how do you get 15-minute parking? Do you get? I don't understand that.
Duh.
Yeah.
Again, this was put on by apparently the owner of Mendes'
Right.
Flowers. Okay, now we got removal of 2 stop signs on Canal Street at the intersection of Apple and Mill Street by the council president.
And then they're putting a stop sign on Appleton at Canal Street from the bridge heading northerly. Okay,
minute,
I'm
wait a minute.
confused.
And the same thing,
Museum Square.
Museum
Garage
Square.
at
That'll
Canal
make,
Street.
that'll make Jackie happy.
From bridge, heading northerly. Stop sign.
Let's see, and then we have a stop sign on Mill Street at Canal from the bridge heading northerly.
I'm confused with that one,
I
but
wonder if he had a birthday and somebody gave him a compass.
I'm like, like, where are we? I'm like,
I know. I can't resist that.
yeah.
But it is what it is. Let's see.
Greenway 5K, August 4th, Nunzio Jamaica Park.
Yep.
That's cutting it real close.
Yeah,
But
that
then
was posted by put on the agenda by somebody from Groundwork Lawrence, and
Yeah.
it says requires emergency consideration. And immediately below that, there's another thing from Groundwork Lawrence, the same thing for something in the latter part of September.
Yeah.
Now, if it was you or I, private citizens, that went in late, nothing. I'm sorry, you're late. Why do they accept applications at this point in time? They know what the time frame. They need basically, 6 weeks from the time
Right.
something goes into Eileen,
Yep.
on Eileen's desk, and
Right.
they had to be
Yep.
prepared. Duh. Let's see, these, I don't know, I just look at them.
And
And
two
wonder.
removal of handicap parkings, one on Bromfield Street and one on Havel Street, but it doesn't give the numbers.
I know it.
So, I mean, where on Bromfield and Havel are they?
Let's see, no parking from here to the corner. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, Logan Street to Jackson Street.
But from
Again.
but
Where?
Logan Street starts at Proxburth Hill and comes down to Jackson. So I'm just wondering if there's a space.
I
Maybe
don't
I don't
know.
know. That's
I don't
we'll have
know.
to find out.
I hope it's written up with all the paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay, stop sign the corner of Haverhill at Columbus Ave.
No, that's on Tower Hill. It's almost before you hit the Methuen line.
Okay,
It's close to Manos.
okay,
You know.
all right.
Resident parking, Bradford Street. Weren't they trying to get that a while ago? Wasn't there a person on Bradford who
I
was
don't
having
know.
problems with
I
parking?
can't remember.
I kind of remember there was a person who had problems with parking, and I think they finally thought that maybe they should do resident parking, but I don't know if it probably never came through.
If they allow it, I don't see why the city shouldn't. But I mean, charge them, $10 for their resident parking for that area.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they give the.
I mean, Bradford Street is one way anyway, coming from Haverhill to
no,
Hampshire to Broadway, isn't it?
Hampshire to Franklin. I thought that they were going to open up Bradford Street, one section of it. The other section wasn't wide enough to do. I think from Franklin to Broadway.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't want to visualize the fiasco involved in that one.
Right. Okay. Amend non-union classification plan. Director of Project Management and Development.
We don't know where. Oh, wait a minute.
Who's the director
Was
of
that
Project
was
Management? Is that someone from before?
I don't know.
Sounds familiar?
No, that was manager of financial and administrative services for the DPW.
Oh.
This one is just kind of duh. What,
Who is the director of Project Management and Development?
I don't know. Have we got one yet? Have we conducted the nationwide intergalactic search? No.
I don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know. Okay, now we have a bunch of disclosures of potential conflict by special city employees regarding the senior tax work-off. And that's because these people all work the polls.
Yes, we're poll workers.
Poll workers, so you have to think, but you don't have to show up, although you're going to be there anyway, but people don't have to show up.
There are 10 of us listed.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read the names?
If you want.
Yeah, Elizabeth Byron, Shirley D'Angelo, Kathleen LaPlume, Geraldine McNeil, Lorraine Mangan, Maureen Murphy, Linda Poland, Patricia Riddle, Richard Russell. Hey, that's me. Marilyn Toomey.
Yeah.
Again, only because we were involved in the
Senior tax.
senior tax work-off, which is good for what?
$1,000.
$1,000 off the
your
taxes.
taxes this year.
You get works what 66 hours?
60 some odd hours.
Yeah, 60 some odd hours.
Which, you know.
Hey, knocking $1,000 for a senior to knock $1,000 off their taxes. That's half my tax bill right
I
there.
know, I know.
Well, actually, with the veterans thing, it cuts my taxes in half.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, and a lot of people don't know about these programs. You know, people don't know that if you go into the tax assessor's office and you are a senior, you do get a break.
Yeah.
If you are a veteran, you do get a break.
There-
You do, so you know, people don't know about all these different savings that they
There
could
are a
have.
variety of abatements available. I could also avail myself of a widower's exemption, but if I do that, I don't get one of the other exemptions. You know, so they will allow you to max it out.
Right.
They don't go cheap. But there's the widower. I think there's a blind exemption. I think there is some kind of a seriously handicapped.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that one.
I
But
don't
there's 3 or 4 different abatements that are available to seniors.
Which, you know, and people just, you know, don't want to take. People don't know a lot.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's not.
Especially, and if you want to join the senior tax work-off, just call the senior center
Yeah.
and talk to Laura,
Laura.
and she can help you.
Yeah.
Because it's something, like I said, $1,000 in your pocket is better than $1,000 in the city's pocket. That's how
I
look at it.
think you know, $1,000 in your pocket could make for bright lights on your Christmas tree as opposed to bright lights on City Hall.
Yeah, okay.
I diverge.
Okay, the next one's my area. Request amend zoning map from R2 to a B1. That's 341 South Broadway, and that's A&M Auto Body. That has become, for like years.
This is a
because-
burr under everybody's
Oh
saddle.
my God, because there's the A&M, but there's also space in back. The people, you know, that the people next door, you know, get claiming. I don't know. It just keeps going on and on and on. Hopefully, this will settle it, and we can get on with it.
Having been involved in, like I said, civil engineering and land surveying, there's one thing that it's rarely do you see it where that they don't want to recognize a senior deed.
Right.
And I think a senior deed situation applies in this. And they just say, oh, that doesn't matter. I think it does matter. We don't know how much, who knows who or whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I just want to, you know, let's get it over and done with now, you know, and let's move on.
Okay. We got, let's see, grant of a utility easement at Lawrence Municipal Airport to run with lease of 4 aviation hangars. And our good friend Francisco Urena, the airport manager.
Oh, get to see him again.
Yes, we get to see him again. He put that
I
on.
see Francisco. Authorized to expand grant funds, $250,000 for safe streets and roads for all SS4A, U.S. Department of Transportation. Grants and project manager for, I'm assuming, the City of Lawrence.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
assume so, but
yeah.
in order to make safe roads, aren't they going to have to pave them?
You would think they would have to do that.
Okay.
So,
Let's see, we have approval of a contract over 3 years. It's a 5-year contract between the LPD and Axon Enterprises. Don't know what it's for.
don't know as far as the Lawrence Fire Department or Lawrence Police Department, give it to them.
Yes, I got no issue with that.
And then nothing for the I don't have an issue with police, don't have an issue with fire. They
Did you-
want, whatever grants they want to apply for, take them.
Did you see the video that Chief Moriarty put up about the tool that
Yes,
Charlie Dara
yeah.
donated, the
Yes.
what,
Thank
$8,000?
God for Charlie Dara, because
Oh, yeah.
he's donated a lot
I know it.
to the fire
You
department.
know, I was impressed with the, you know,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
yep. And each firefighter is going to have to learn how to use it,
Yeah.
which I think is great.
Yeah, which it is.
Yeah. In fact, I think it was Frank Bonet's son that was doing it. I think it was one of
Okay.
one of the first ones.
Let's see. Authorization to expend grant funds, $761,182 for FY25 SSYI grant for the police department. Director, Rosa Shepherd.
Yeah, she's
director.
the, yeah.
Again, I got no issue.
Nope.
And
And-
again, we have, let's see, 2832, it's, okay. Last item,
Okay, is the authorization to expend grant funds, $61,250, additional SSYI grant funds, $28,750 for fiscal year 24 and $32,500 for fiscal year 25 for, like, once again, the police department.
yeah, again, I have,
Don't have a problem with the police, fire, any grants they want to go for, any money they want to accept, from outsiders
Yep.
is not a
I have
problem
no
because
issue with
their
that.
budgets always somehow always manage to get cut,
yeah,
and and they need them. They're applying for things that they need to help keep us safe.
I mean, I would like to say, I would like to see grant money for the DPW, but I'm hesitant to say it because I know where the money's gonna go. It isn't gonna go where it's needed.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know, we know, how do I say this delicately? We know people that have been ignored
Yep.
with skills
Oh yeah.
because of politics.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is. It's true, and it's sad because when you have someone with 18 years experience in everything, but only someone with a few years experience in nothing, and the
Doesn't have
person with
all
a
the
few-
proper,
right, but the other
credentials.
person is the one who gets the position. It's not fair and it's not right,
yeah,
and that's what's sad.
it is.
That's what makes it sad in the city that people who should be getting promoted and getting the jobs are not getting them.
Again, this is a public thing, and we
I
don't
know.
want to go on the record.
No, we don't. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but
I know.
but you look at what we have and what what the city needs, and you need experience in a lot of these things. We need experience.
Well, unfortunately, their concept of experience. No, I won't even say that.
But it is what it is, and that's nothing we can do. We're not making the decisions. It's
We have input, but we're not listened to.
but no.
I mean,
yeah.
and I speak from experience. I sat
I know,
there for
I
10
know,
months,
I know.
and I saw the way things worked. It's
It's sad because you want the right person leading people.
Mhm.
You want the person with the most experience leading people,
yep.
not the person with the least experience. And they're asking you, what should I be doing? What should I be doing? And we've seen it too many times, and makes it sad.
Or people get told how to do something and they end up screwing it up. I know several instances,
Yep.
and the supervisor, he says, "There's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my control."
Yeah, hopefully, things will change, but who knows? You hope that, people realize what they're doing and what they're doing to the residents of Lawrence. That's the thing.
I mean, this is one of the reasons you and I decided to do this.
Right.
To let the people know. They don't have to sit back and take this.
No.
Open your mouth.
That's right. And that's what public participation is for.
Yes.
Granted, you only have 2.5 minutes, but you can do a lot in 2.5 minutes.
I've done.
You've done a lot in 2.5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
Yes. And
Yeah.
public hearings are even better.
Yeah, public hearings, you could speak for 3 hours.
Yeah.
They can't shut you down.
Yeah, as long as you don't repeat yourself.
Right, exactly.
But-
Exactly.
Okay.
So now we're going to talk about National Night Out.
Bigger and better things.
Bigger, better things.
Yes.
Fun things, National Night Out. So this year it's going to be Tuesday, August 6th from 5 to 8. And there are 3
LNAP supported
LNAP supported
sites.
that are going to have National Night Out. The first one is District A / Prospect Hill, and Prospect Hill's been around for a long time, so hasn't District A. They're now merging them together.
It's going to be up at Storrow Park.
That's going to be at Storrow Park. And the next one is Colonial Heights. That's on Durso Ave. And then the next one will be the South Lawrence West Neighborhood Association and Tower Hill Neighborhood Association are going to work together, and that's going to be at Mount Vernon Park. And I believe a lot of the city functions that would have happened, on Monday night or might have happened, a lot of it's going to be handled over at Mount Vernon Park. So that should be a fun time. We're looking forward to it. Like I said, those are the LNAP, and LNAP stands for Lawrence Neighborhood Association Partnership, and this is something that was formed quite a few years ago when we had many more neighborhood associations. And we would get together and we would have an Easter Bunny pancake breakfast, or we would do, I'm trying to think what else we've done, a couple others.
You guys were involved in the Santa Claus, Christmas City Hall Santa Claus thing.
Right. But so we kind of, with COVID, neighborhood associations kind of dropped out. There used to be South Common. Yeah. That's no longer there. A lot of the members have come over to my neighborhood association.
District A used to have it up at the Lutheran Church on East Haverhill Street.
Right, and that was District A, and that is kind of it's now become melding with Prospect Hill, which it should have happened a long time ago. But it didn't.
And you had Jim Ross's up there at...
Jim Ross was possibly at the Rollins School, I believe.
The Rollins School,
He used to have the Rollins School in the basement.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God. Like 3 people were in there, and it was like, oh, my God, that's all right.
Let's see. Then District C area never really...
Nah.
Then we then we had the infamous General Donovan one.
That was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever see Lieutenant
Cirillo,
ask him if he brought pizzas to the last meeting. He'll get a chuckle out of that.
He'll know what you're talking about, too.
Let's see. Then you got.
And then Mount Vernon.
Okay. No, we go from D up to
Tower Hill.
Tower Hill.
Now she's trying to revamp it, and we're in. You've helped it. I've given stuff, and I want to see that. I want to see that used to thrive. I remember when I first started. I've been in my neighborhood association since it started, which is 2009, and mine started because of Saunders School turning into transitional housing. That's how mine got started, and we started off being Sacred Heart, but then it got confused with the church, so we turned to South Lawrence West. Yeah. And there used to be a Carltonville, so also in that area, and that kind of merged into us.
Then you had Sharon's down there on the South Common.
Right, the South Common, and then she was always meet at the Relief Sim, but now they're closed, and Sharon's has stopped doing it. So. And then Mount Vernon.
Then you had the Mount Vernon Association.
And they were real big. And they had a good sized crowd.
Yeah,
but that kind of dwindled. And they were trying to revamp it, but people don't want to get involved. People don't, oh yeah, you should do it, but no one.
Again,
wants.
This is
no one wants to volunteer. No one wants to say, I'll do it. I'll help you.
This is the thing. I'm going to let them do it.
Right.
That's the reason we have all the issues. People don't want to get involved.
Right.
A couple hours a week.
Right.
It is what it is.
And Elsa in Tower Hill is also fielding the Arlington district. She's, stuff like that. So I said, maybe you need to start getting them to come up to some meetings.
Yeah.
Because I know they used to have a breakfast club or something around that area. I think.
I vaguely remember something like that.
I don't know if it was Groundwork Lawrence.
That's about the only thing I never attended was that breakfast meeting.
No.
I went to every one of the other ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, District F, they used to have theirs down at
Jay Bryant.
Jay Bryant's.
And they still do.
Yeah.
They still have it there.
Yeah.
Sue's kept hers going. I've kept mine going. And Elsa's tried to keep Tower Hill going, but it's hard because people move out of the area, new people come in.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you get people
What's in
involved?
it for me?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
And fortunately, I'm very lucky because I have Sue and I have Tanya.
Yeah.
So they help. And I have a lot of people, just members who, what can I do? What do you need? That help.
And you have a lot of local officials that appreciate the work you do.
I hope so, but
I mean,
it's
it's sad what happened because we used to enjoy the Roy and Brian show.
I do miss that, though. I have to tell you, I do miss it. But remember the best one was when Moriarty was up talking and he has his phone and then he looked at it because he heard a phone ring and thought it was his, and Roy's at the counter down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay's on the floor laughing.
Yeah.
That was like the best. That was like, oh my God.
That was good. I mean,
the two of them together was hilarious.
You get a good amount of information, a good give and take.
And they worked well together. And they worked well with the residents too.
Yeah.
And then we have the police officers that show up. Officer Cuddy, Lieutenant Cerullo. That will fill us in on what's going on.
Moriarty.
Yeah,
Chief
Moriarty, right? Which is nice. So if you have questions, like my question this summer again to Moriarty is, and I don't know if people know this, but you can't have open fires. You can't have a fire pit. You cannot. They're against the law. In
Lawrence.
But and I think he was going to check it out. But I remember last year you could do the propane ones because they don't spark it out, and you have.
They're worried.
Shut it
they're
off.
more worried about embers.
Right.
Even if you had a screen over it, they said no.
They still go up.
No.
Yeah, they still go up. Well, in fact, I heard last night that someone has an open fire pit. And the smoke goes into the neighbor's house, and the smoke detector goes off.
Yeah.
What?
Duh.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I said, have you called the fire department? Have you called the police department? But no one's to get involved.
I get requests. I won't say all the time, but I get requests to do. What can I do about this? And I look into the. I know where to look in the city ordinances.
Right.
I had somebody. Say, what can I do about a truck constantly parked in the neighborhood? Well, I know what the ordinance is, 10,000 pounds gross vehicle.
Right.
I said, no, I don't know if I gave them the ordinance, and I says, I don't know if this truck, went out and they took a picture and they sent it to me. It's written on the side of it, with all the ICC numbers, 12,500. So, well, tell the police to do something about it.
Yep.
And if you don't get any satisfaction, ask for the officer in charge. What is it? Their number and then 506.
Yeah.
But
like I said, a lot of things like people, like fireworks. When that email that we both got about fireworks are not allowed in the city, yet they were shooting off fireworks to a family who has a handicapped child. The mother called and said, "Look at my kid's handicapped," and the police said, well, there's 46 calls ahead of you. I'm sorry. If you have a child that's severely handicapped and, that should be top priority.
Yeah, should be.
Top priority.
Yeah. I had, you know how close the house next to me is. It's like, 6 feet? Mm-hmm. So they're nice people. I don't have any problems with them at all, but they were, for one 4th of July night, they were sitting between two houses and they were firing off bottle rockets. I flipped out.
Yeah.
I did. I absolutely went berserk.
Well, hello.
Yeah. and I told them, foaming at the mouth, I told them, I said, this brings back, I won't say flashbacks of Vietnam, but it does.
Yep.
And I said, so 2 days later, I saw them again. They saw me, and they said, "Oh, we're sorry, we didn't." I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
I got no problems with them. They're still good neighbors. But again, it is what it is. I mean, I asked at one time somebody in the police department. A lot of people don't know it, but we do have gunshot detectors in the city. I says, "Can those things be used to track down fireworks?" He says, "Is there a problem?" I said, "Well, why don't you do it?"
I mean, because we're still hearing them. 4th of July was 2 weeks ago. Hello.
You got to to solve a lot of problems. You got to think outside the box occasionally. And
but it is
what it is.
No, it is. But the other thing is, you would think when you get a phone call, and they're telling you, my child is severely handicapped. My child blah, and all that. And it's causing him distress. That should be top priority.
To me, it would be.
In your call list.
Yeah.
I don't care about the 46 other people ahead of you. That should be your top priority, to get someone over there to find out where those fireworks, and arrest the people or take the fireworks away.
Yeah, I know. And in the same vein, back when was Eileen on the city council? 7 years ago?
Maybe
6 or 7? Something like that.
Yeah.
But when she was on, I tried to get them to endorse a noise ordinance. The city has a noise ordinance, but the noise ordinance lacks any teeth. There's no decibel limit. There's no real time limit. The noise ordinance says if there's anything that is that it enters your property that is objectionable, that's a violation of the city ordinance. And I know too many people that they've been told, well, close your windows. You want to close windows on a night like this?
Oh my God!
It is what it. So I'm going through. I'm going to try
Look
to.
how many ordinances are outdated.
Yeah.
That's what they need to go back to the oldest ordinance and maybe reread it and say, okay, is this still in effect? Will it still be effective? Do we update it, or do we just say we don't?
Well, every 10 years they do a charter update.
Right. Remember the one year they did?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, we know why that.
I know where those records were.
Yeah. I think in the 5 years, the 5, the 15, the 25, the 35, they should go through city ordinances.
Yeah.
How many you mentioned? How many city ordinances are ignored?
Well. Yeah.
It's unbelievable what they got. That there's money to be made. Yeah. All overhead signs off of buildings that overhang a city sidewalk are supposed to be inspected yearly, and they're supposed to be paying a fee.
Oh, you mean the awnings?
Yeah, awnings.
Yeah.
Anything.
Remember when Franklin Moran was council and he wanted to make sure that they all were cohesive and all the same color and all that, and that didn't last long. That didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Which.
What are we? Some kind of.
Well, no, because some of the colors were just really.
Oh well.
But
again.
whatever. Yeah, I know, but
Look what we're dealing with.
I know.
People with no taste at all. But it is what it is.
No, I'm just saying. But yeah, I probably you would think that they would if go through and say go back to the very first charter number and say, okay, is this still in effect? Can we use it? Do we not use it? And just keep going down the line.
Yeah, because if you go into a thing that people don't know, the easiest way to find out anything about city ordinances is there's a website, Municode. Mm-hmm. MUNICODE.com.
Right.
And it's broken down by states, and then you can click on the state, and then you can click. Lawrence is one that's in there. I type in Municode, Lawrence pops up automatically. I'm there.
Well, because you're you're there all the time.
And then if you scroll all the way down, there is the one that everybody beats on. It's the zoning regulations. Yes, that is in there. You want to know information? You gotta go click a couple more places, but you can get in there, and you can just go down and start looking for it. But in the Muni Code, the city ordinances, you can click on something. We'll say public safety, and that section will open up, and you can type in on the search bar what you're looking for, and it will go down and it'll find all of those mentions of whatever. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see now. What complaints? You and I went to that thing Tuesday night over there at the bandstand on the Common.
Yep.
They're going to be rehabbing the Common.
Well, I was talking to people, because I said where the in the middle of the common.
Yeah, the
It's
little-
where we used to be.
Little
it used
frog
to,
pond, you call it for lack of it.
Actually, but it used to be when I was little, the kids, it was a wading pool.
Yeah.
And that's where all the kids would go.
Yeah.
Because no one had swimming pools in the backyard. Everyone was there.
There's another thing.
Swimming pools.
Swimming pools
Yep.
need to be licensed and inspected by the electrical department every year,
They're not.
particularly the above ground ones.
Yeah. I don't know how my next door
it is.
neighbor got
It,
one, but
it is
whatever.
what it is.
Yeah.
Well, you look at it. But the thing I brought up, the thing that we were at
Yeah,
last
yeah,
Tuesday
right.
night, I was up because I was disgusted with an issue involving what's going on with rehabbing these parks.
Right.
I was up at the top of the thing, and at 6:15, now here it is, hot as the devil, DPW goes over and takes the spray pipe off the hydrant on Haverhill Street.
That should have been up till at least 10 o'clock at night. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, they would have been paid overtime. It's 6:15 anyways. They're on overtime because the DPW, the workers, they 7 to 3:30.
Oh, they don't get the, oh, I did not
Some
know
of
that.
them don't.
Oh, I did not know that. But you would think this, yeah,
There are rules for me and there are rules for thee.
yeah. Like I said, they should, something like that. They should be out. No, yeah, they should be out longer.
Yeah,
With-
it should
yeah.
have been. Now, I know we got about 10 minutes
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Now, we don't know what we're going to be doing the next meeting.
No, we don't know whether we know it won't be August 6th because
Yeah.
that's when it's
So we won't
supposed
be.
to be. So it might be August 7th that they may have
Could
the
be. Because the city the agenda for the city council is put up just at the deadline, pretty much, of the 48 hours that they have to publish it.
Right.
So the agenda for tomorrow night was posted. It was posted online. It was posted in City Hall at 1:30, but City Hall's closed at 1:30. It was posted online at 6:15.
Right.
Okay, in order to make the 48 hours, it would have had to been up by 7 o'clock. Somebody, mainly myself, would have raised an issue about,
Can't have the meeting.
the open meeting law violation. But again, we don't know what's going to go on, and
Yeah, well,
the
we're
council
hoping,
president pretty much has final say on what he wants to do or doesn't want to
Right,
do. And
right.
he is not one that's fond of having 2 meetings in July and 2 meetings in August. And you can't kind of back everything off in August a week, because then that only gives you a week between the last meeting in August and the first meeting in September, which is another, can I say it, crap show?
Yeah.
Because the day after Labor Day is primary election day in Massachusetts, which is also supposed to be a city council meeting.
Right.
In the past, they have pushed it off until having the council meeting on
Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Bill used to do it, but then he smartened up. The people couldn't do it.
Right.
It was too much of a toll on.
Right.
So they pushed it off to Thursday.
Yeah.
And again, the same issue applies in September. If they don't do it on Thursday and they push it to the next Tuesday, you're going to run into the same thing. You're only going to have one more. You're going to have one
Right.
week between the last meeting in September
Yeah.
and October 1st, which is the first,
Right.
with the first Tuesday.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to play it out, what they're going to do. Hopefully we'll find out tomorrow night. But like I said, it's definitely not going to be on the Tuesday. So if they have it on the Wednesday,
We'll do the show
we'll
Wednesday.
do the show. We'll do the show Wednesday. Before the city council meeting, we'll come on.
I mean, it'll
Yeah.
be short heads up on everybody, but again,
But yeah.
you know what I thought? Just thought just come into my mind.
Oh, no.
You're gonna love this one.
Oh, no.
This one fits in inappropriate with City Hall. Wouldn't it be interesting if they had a council meeting on Halloween?
I think that would be
They're
hilarious.
full of tricks and they treat themselves well.
I think Halloween would be nice, except we have to be over at the senior center doing trunk or tree or whatever it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is what it is.
Speaking of which I was surprised. I had never been. I had never seen it. I was blown away. There were thousands of kids.
Yes, they just kept out of the woodwork.
I'm like looking, going, oh my God, where are all these kids coming from?
So in fact, there were so many kids that some people had to go borrow candy from other people.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had over 500 pieces of candy. Who would have thought there would be? So now I know you have to have more. You have to have at least 3,000 pieces of candy because you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looked like, you figure these kids, were they going trick or treating there and then going to where they live, or how was it working? I don't know. I mean, but the line was astronomical. I'm like looking at the people line.
Your thing was what, 5 to 7 for trick or treat?
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and like I said, and my husband was home with Cassie, and they were giving out candy. I said, "Did you have a lot of people?" He said, "No, not too much, not too many."
Yeah, because we know where the rest of them went.
Yeah, I was like, I was blown away that there were that many people that came out there.
Yeah, and I mean, there was around 6:30. The line started getting longer again.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. They came in one entrance of the parking lot, and they just kind of looped around. There was two rows of vehicles there.
I'm like, oh my!
Yeah.
I was like floored. I was totally floored that there was that many kids.
And there must have been 15 different groups.
I believe so, yeah.
It was a good number of people there. That were participating.
Like in Martha and Adelie and Lisa and Laura, they decorated it really nice.
Yeah, and then
they do a good decorate. I have to admit, Martha and Adelie and Lisa, and Laura, they do a fantastic job decorating.
Yeah.
Everything.
But so we don't know exactly what we're going to be doing the next thing.
Yes, like I said, hopefully. It will be on Wednesday, and we will come on Wednesday.
Yeah.
If the agenda came out the agenda would have to come out on Monday.
It would be Monday afternoon at the latest, yeah.
Right. So we can come on Monday night if there's not. We'll have to wait and see.
No, that thing's going to be late because they're going to be all involved in getting everything set up for the election.
The one for August. I mean.
Oh, okay, August.
Yeah. September.
Oh, okay, August.
September. Yeah. They'll probably end up either. I would say probably Thursday. For the September meeting. I'm betting it's going to be Thursday.
Yeah.
Because this, even though it's the primary, and plus they're doing early voting too, right? I believe.
The what?
Early voting. Are they doing that? I believe. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, early voting. Yes, bloating.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. And the last time I just went over to the Frost where I have to vote. I figured I'll just go over there, whatever.
Yeah. The last times, the times that I've done it, I've done the early voting only because I was out there campaigning myself.
Right.
One-man campaign. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And now you're going to be working the polls, so you're going to have to early vote.
Yeah.
It's that way.
Yeah. Well, we assume I'm going to be working the polls.
Okay.
The power of life and death isn't in my hands.
I can't imagine why you wouldn't.
I can think of a few reasons.
But I mean, like seriously. I mean, you worked the primary. I mean, in March, you worked that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before this started.
Oh. But whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And then.
This time they'll probably slam both Lee and I. Okay, you guys made out like a bandit. You only had what, three voters?
Oh my God.
And 2 of them were early voters, or whatever, mail-ins.
I would want to work. Can they put you someplace where there's more people?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even want to think of what the cost of those votes were between the 2 poll workers and
police.
Yeah, each poll station needed a police officer, and they all sat down by the front door.
Wow.
Which I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
No.
I mean, they
should be
couldn't.
protected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And again,
but-
there were a few people there that that made it interesting.
There usually are voters that do that. You know,
Some of the poll workers were interesting too.
yeah.
Yes.
You know, so
Okay.
yeah. So 1 minute. So we have a minute to go. So just a reminder, National Night Out,
Yes.
August 6th. If you're wherever you're at the city, there's 3 places you can, go to. Please stop by one of them. We'd love to see you.
Be on your best behavior because I'll have my camera.
She'll have his camera. And there'll also be a motorcade. So there'll be fire trucks and police cars and everything riding around the city. So if you hear them, don't panic.
Yeah.
They're just going to the 3 neighborhood associations.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully we'll see you people there.
hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night at City Hall for the city council meeting.
Yes.
We sit in the second row and we look for you.
Yeah.
So keep cool. Have a nice night.
Okay. We'll catch you people whenever.
Bye.
Take it easy.